we really need you here. You feel me? At all. So Wack is just pretty much talking sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? Let's jump back into this content.
Naturally, I understand the business. When I get on that phone and if I'm disrupting this table, I better be adding to the table. Nobody should call in disrupting this table if you can't add to this table. It's already a 2-3 hour segment, and what I did was provided a nice, healthy clip. You get what I'm saying?
But you can't just defend everything by saying, I did a clip. It's like, oh, Adam, why'd you call this guy the N-word? Oh, well, it was a clip.
No. Listen.
Okay, it was a clip.
You have to give me reason. See, I could have just waited till he got off and talked to him. But that, since it's content,
This is wrestling.
let's make some content.
Yeah.
And what was funny is when I called in, he acted like he was oblivious to everything I was talking about.
Well, I mean, sometimes I think he doesn't necessarily remember the things that he says, like all of us. But he
just said it.
If you're
Yeah, but Adam doesn't seem like he's really a fan of Wack constantly going at no jumper hosts and constantly bullying and berating and attacking and you know going extra aggressive at no jumper hosts. It doesn't seem like that's something that Adam really is too much of a fan of, and he's told Wack time and time again to actually stop doing that, but he won't stop doing it. So, you know, I don't think at this point Adam wants to continue to see him behave in such a barbaric, animalistic way. You know what I mean?
a wrestler, you don't, like when the wrestler is out in the middle of the ring talking shit about you, you don't say, I'm talking to this guy after the show. I'm going to get on his ass for running his mouth about me. No, you run out there and you fucking smack him in the back of the head when he's not looking, and then you jump down and you give him the elbow and you do all this other bullshit. You know, you're a wrestler. We're wrestlers.
Yo, let me tell you.
Ooh, Adam said that Wack not a real blood. He a wrestler. You a WWE blood. Okay. Here we go. We cooking. Okay.
A wrestler do? That's what I'm going to say. That's my motto. That's my new podcasting course. What would a wrestler do?
Listen.
That's really
Now,
the
I didn't know Lo had the female in him, though. He went victim. No, bro. He said, yo, bro, you want to take advantage of me? Why are you bullying me? Me bullying you? Fool, what you think you were just doing to me?
Wax, you're such a cornball. This guy's like the corniest guy ever.
You go to victim when you sit there telling me some dumb shit, compare me to Munchie B, saying he passed the bottle to the motherfucker that unalive Draco every
Munchie B was right there, and he said the same thing, and you literally didn't say anything to him.
week. And you're saying what Wack said on Clubhouse and what you said there is the same. And now when I call in and
What Wack said is actually worse because you admitted to being in commission of a crime. Munchie B said that he knows who committed said crime. You said that you did said crime. Two totally different things.
address you, you're bullying me. I said, bro, that is some Karen shit if I've never seen it.
Okay. If we suspend reality and we adopt the narrative that Future getting chased around LAX was in fact a crime, which I absolutely don't think it was based on what you said about it, or at least I don't think what you said was enough to constitute a crime. But if we were to look at it and say that it was a crime, then you could understand how it would be almost identical with what Munchie B said.
Well, here's the thing. I sent it in. I think I sent it to you too, other day, but I sent it in the act, and because I was still trying to figure out why they kept saying Future got hands put on, and I guess Future really did get hands put on.
Because even in like the clip that Rich Trapper sent me when I was on stream, it's like
Rich don't know about it.
But there's the clip. There's a clip of you talking about Future getting beat up in a.
That's not true. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Which is why there's no on power. Let me explain something to you guys. You guys might not recognize this. You guys might not see this. Go back a little bit. You guys might not recognize this. You guys might not see this. But as you notice, when my name comes up, Wack is very respectful. You notice I ain't never been a BAN. I ain't never been to this. You know how he threatens to do things to people and all that kind of stuff. You know the threats. I'll do this and blah blah. They don't exist for me. That type of engagement from WACK100 that doesn't apply to me. He would never in a billion years dare to ever disrespect me the way that he plays with all the rest of these motherfuckers. It's not gonna happen, because should he ever engage in said levels of disrespect, then it just is what it is, and we're gonna just all be disrespectful around this motherfucker. Let's crash. big sad voice. Let's meet up and unalive. So with that being said, I actually do in fact know what I'm talking about. If you would like to know more about this big U case, please follow me and continue to check out everything that I have going on, as I've been documenting the big U case since actually before it started, and I actually predicted that WACK100 was going to lead to an indictment, and everything I said has so far standed to be true. There are federal documents, there are court documents, there are police reports, there are videos, witness testimonies, and audio and visual recordings to back up every one of my to substantiate every one of my claims. So when we're talking about this big U case, I in fact do know exactly what I'm talking about, and I do also know that speaking to Big U was charged with chasing Future and extortion, he and an associate through the airport of LAX, and the only associate who's ever gone online or on public record to say that they were a part of this is WACK100. Through the same open source police reporting that he used to put down Big U is through the same open source police reporting that he is being used to name himself as a victim in the case. With that all being said, let's go back to the Adam and Wack show.
Club and out.
Just had to get that off.
LA.
Right.
But you're not saying that you had anything to do with
Wasn't
it.
there.
You're just saying this is something that you heard about.
That's not true either. That's not true either. Because there's a video, as a matter of fact, since we have to play these games. We have to play these games. We have to play these games. We got to play games with a lame. Boop, 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 boop. So now Wack saying that he wasn't there. Well, chat, that's not 100% true, because Wack also said this. Wack, let me see right here. Boom. Wack 100 admits to assaulting FUTURE. Spelled assaulting wrong, but it's all good. Here it is.
Continues to be a trending topic in the hip hop world. I decided that I was going to take a look back over this case, this situation, and this paper. In this paper.
Let me see. So this is the audio where Wack admits to assaulting Future. Is what an S, but
simple email search Delta 2026 or 2015
At date. Academic.
if the feds don't have an exact, not though,
This situation down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask. See, in order window, going forward.
here it
In
is.
2013, does academics attempt to break this down, and then I'm going to tell y'all what I think based on what I know, and we're going to sort this all out. Check this out. Actually, the indictment does not mention the club thing. The club thing happened in 2014. Something is
in a
information, and so he's trying.
Oh, we come on Clubhouse and tell the truth. He know.
So
And I
here's
said,
the
nigga, you
issue.
tripping. I went back.
Mentioned, okay, he was allegedly approached by Big U, and then after that, he ran into Big to listen. And I don't know who this other person is that's arguing with Wack. I'm assuming it's just somebody from the chat, but I didn't want to edit that part out because I didn't want them saying, well, the audio been fixed or something. So I want y'all to listen to what Wack is saying in regards to this situation, and then we're going to chime back in.
Now watch this. Go Google it. Just 2 weeks before that, in that same year, you will read. Future gets attacked in LA nightclub, leaves his security behind. Pull it up.
I'm Googling right now.
We was on his ass.
We was on his A double. That's what Wack said. That's what Wack said. He said we was on his A double. Well, here's the thing about that. You just said this to ADAM22. You're lying. You're lying to Adam. Somebody send this to Adam. He needs to know about this.
And then it goes right. You're not saying that you had anything to do with it. You're just saying
You wasn't there. But here's this though.
Pull it up.
I'm Googling right now.
We was on his ass.
You upsetting my dog. You upsetting my dog. Because am I tripping? Chat, am I tripping? Am I tripping? You're lying to ADAM22 in real time. You're lying in real time, bro. In actuality, I'm not, come on, let's one more time, just for the,
Future getting beat up in a club in LA. But you're not saying that you had anything to do with
Wasn't
it.
there.
You're just saying this is something that you heard about.
You weren't there, but then here you are saying this, and it's just really interesting that, you know, it's all just here. You know what I mean? Here's
Look it up. I'm Googling right now.
we was on his A double.
Did y'all hear that? He said 2 weeks before we chased him through the airport, which he's saying 2 weeks, but in the indictment, it just says a few days before, because they don't know if it was actually 2 weeks exactly. So they can't use the word 2 weeks because
So I'm just trying to figure out why Wack's lying to ADAM22. I'm just trying to figure it out, because that's a blatant lie. That's just not the truth. You just are just playing with our intelligence. But let's go ahead and continue on.
And then it goes right into the clip of you talking about the LAX situation, at which point you don't say anything about him getting harmed or threatened in any way, just a conversation about a debt. But when you take those two clips and put them together, if somebody's not really paying attention, you might think that you're
This
talking
is
about the
what
same
we're
thing.
missing.
What are we missing? Because right here is just a clip of you admitting to chasing Future and putting your... Don't worry about it. The next time Adam goes live by himself, I'll call him in to bother him. Don't worry about it, guys. I got you.
I guess a week or 10 days before LAX,
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Adam. You use your platform to talk whack right into an indictment.
Future actually got his ass whooped
Really?
at the SLS.
The
Well, you said that it happened at the club, and you said that we was on his A double.
Hotel. I had no idea.
okay.
My man woke up the other morning, text. I thought I'd send it to you.
A week before
Oh, so
You had no idea, but then you put out content saying that Future got accosted. You said that. That's crazy.
the LAX
Okay,
situation,
look, so
he
let-
got beat up
so-
by some guy at a hotel.
no. They whooped his ass.
Uh,
So what's in there is in there. And one of the codees in the RICO is the one that knocked him out. Other dude took a security gun. So here goes the thing now. That was my first time ever
This man is lying.
physically seeing Future.
He's lying.
That I don't even think Future really knew me like that.
He okay. So if that's the case, then I want to let's listen to the rest of this. Lil Wack, what's the deal? Let's listen to this. If that's what you're saying, let's actually finish the rest of this clip from Byron Blake. Shout out to Byron Blake. Let's finish this clip out.
might provide an alibi for 2 weeks. But this shows you that they are going to be indictment. It just says a few days before, because they don't know if it was actually 2 weeks exactly. So they can't use the word 2 weeks because...
So you see how they don't know if it's 2 weeks exactly, but then you have Wack saying specifically that it's 2 weeks. Let's play this real quick, because I want you guys to see exactly how Wack is open source reporting on No Jumper. So I want you to pay attention how Wack is maintaining that it's 2 weeks. Watch this.
right.
That was my first time ever physically seeing Future. That I don't even think Future really knew me like that.
Right.
So
In 2012, Wack was still, you were like becoming
one of the codees in the RICO is the one that knocked him out. So
the LAX
Okay,
situation.
look, so
he
let-
got beat up
so-
by some guy at a hotel.
no. They whooped his ass.
Uh,
So what's in there is in there. And one of the codees in the RICO is the one that knocked him out. Other dude took a security gun. So here goes the thing now. That was my first time ever physically seeing Future. That I don't even think Future really knew me like that.
right.
So
In 2012, Wack was still, you were like becoming known, but it was
Yeah.
still kind of early.
yeah, right. So now it makes sense when he looked up and he started to trot off.
No. Wait, hold on. We need to go back a little bit more, because Wack, we need to pay attention.
I know Lo had the
Ethos.
female in him. But you get what me said on Clubhouse and what you said there is a drink pen. When you sit and now when I've been
In reality, getting chased around LAX, he adopt the narrative that Future getting chased around LAX was in fact a crime. which I absolutely don't think it was based on what you said about it. Or at least I don't think what you said was enough to constitute a crime. But if we were to look at it and say that it was a crime, then you could understand how it would be almost identical with what Munchie B said.
Well, here's the thing. I sent it in. I think I sent it to you too the other day, but I sent it in the act. And because I was still trying to figure out why they kept saying Future got hands put on him. And I guess Future really did get hands put on him.
Because even in like the clip that Rich Trapper sent me when I was on stream, it's like
Rich don't know about it.
But there's a clip of
And nigga, don't call me Rich like we cool, nigga. You call me Mr. Trap. I just caught that. Rich don't know what he's talking about. But didn't he say it like we casual? Nigga, don't do that, nigga. Don't never make that mistake again, nigga. You call me Mr. Trap, nigga, or Senior Trapper, nigga. don't never make the mistake of calling me Rich again like we cordial, fool. Don't do that. You better call me Richard, nigga. What's wrong with you? Nigga, you ain't family and friends. Nigga, it's tripping.
You talking about Future getting beat up in a club in LA, but you're not saying that you had anything to do with it. You're just saying this is something that
You've already proved that you said that, but I'm something else I want to see you.
About, and then it goes right into the clip of you talking about the LAX situation, at which point you don't say anything about him getting harmed or threatened in any way, just a conversation about a debt. But when you take those two clips to put them together, if somebody's not really paying attention, you might think that you're talking about the same thing. This is what we're missing.
I guess a week or 10 days before LAX, Future actually got his ass whooped.
Really?
At the SLS.
The
hotel. I had no idea.
Okay.
My man woke up the other morning, text. I thought I sent it to you.
A week before the LAX situation.
Okay, so boom, a week before. That's where it came in at. So open source reporting. Pay attention to this. A week before the LAX situation, mind you, the feds are trying to charge Big U with the situation with Future. They don't know exactly when it happened, so they have a roundabout time. Back to the Byron Blake clip. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. Check this out.
Somebody says a few days before, because they don't know if it was actually 2 weeks exactly. So they can't use the word 2 weeks because somebody could provide an alibi for 2 weeks. But this shows you.
But so the feds don't know. They said on or about a week before or 2 weeks before. So the feds aren't sure. So to make sure the feds are sure, this is what Wack says on No Jumper. Listen to this.
The
hotel. I had no idea.
Okay.
My man woke up the other morning, text. I thought I sent it to you.
A week before the LAX situation, he got beat up by some guy at a hotel.
No.
Open source reporting, bro. Open source reporting. And then Wack's gonna sit here and pretend like he doesn't know what they're talking about. He doesn't know what Adam's talking about, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm gonna let this clip from Byron Blake finish out so you guys can see exactly what's going on. It's a cold game, man. It's a cold game, man. It's a cold world. It's a cold world. It's a cold world.
That they are going off of his word because they don't have an exact date, which is why they're saying in or around 2014. Anyway, sticking to the main points, he's saying we was on his ass. So he's including himself in the party of people who attacked Future in the club. He's including himself in that party of people. If you have any doubts,
definitely including himself in that party of people. He's definitely including himself in that party of people. WACK100 has just admitted that he attacked Future. Let's hear it one more time.
What Wack is saying in regards to this situation, and then we're going to chime back in.
Now watch this, go Google it. Just 2 weeks before that, in that same year, you will read, Future gets attacked in LA nightclub, leaves his security behind. Put it up.
I'm Googling right now.
We was on his ass.
We was on his A double is a 6 statement. It's a 666 statement.
We was on his A double. We was on his A double. One more time.
Future gets attacked in LA nightclub, leaves his security behind. Put it up.
I'm Googling right now.
We was on his ass.
Did y'all hear that? He said 2 weeks before we chased him through the airport which he's saying 2 weeks, but in the indictment, it just says a few days before, because they don't know if it was actually 2 weeks exactly. So they can't use the word 2 weeks because somebody could provide an alibi for 2 weeks. But this shows you that they are going off of his word because they don't have an exact date, which is why they're saying in or around 2014. Anyway, sticking to the main points.
That is wild work, man. We're going to get back out of here, man. Shout out to Byron Blake.
So, with that all being said, not sure Adam is, maybe he's unaware that Wack has already admitted to being the person who chased Future. I'm not really sure, but okay.
No, they whooped his ass. So what's in there is in there. And one of the codees in the RICO is the one that knocked him out. Other dude took a security gun. So here goes the thing now. That was my first time ever physically seeing Future. I don't even think Future really knew me like that.
Right.
So
in 2012, Wack was still, you were like becoming known, but it was still kind of early.
Yeah, right. So now it makes sense when he looked up and he started to trot off. My man tells me, he said, Wack, what you not knowing is about a week and a half prior to y'all running to LAX, Future just got knocked out at the SLS hotel by the dude that's in Big U's RICO. Big U was there.
Notice that the dude who he's finna mention is not actually mentioned in Big U's RICO anywhere outside of like basic petty money laundering and PPP scams and frauds and shit like that. Like that's really all he's in there for.
He said, so when I'm hearing you say, hey, bro, this shit don't make sense, it's got to be one of Big U's people telling these people that you're absolutely right. The same dudes in the RICO is the motherfucker that knocked him out. But I guarantee you it's going to come out. When trial starts,
and you better believe that we're going to start covering these court dates up into this, moving forward. You feel me?
Did it because Big U told me to do it. These dudes is trying to get the out of this case.
Yeah, well, Jam Pete, you see how Wack is trying to make it seem like he doesn't know what was going on, and he just blatantly lied and told Adam that he never, attacked Future or accosted Future. But I just played a clip where he's admitting that he did. That's crazy. He doesn't even respect Adam.
Now, I've never thought Future had hands put on him, heard the security guy rush shit like that.
Again, you said that you put your hands on him. It's all in the same clip, but it's cool.
But now it makes sense because think about it. If I don't really know you and you don't really know me, why would you look up and take off?
Right.
Because nobody said, hey, bitch ass.
Now he's trying to clear up the whole chasing him through the airport thing. Now he's trying to clear that up, but no, you've already said what you said. You know what I'm saying? And I'm wondering if I could send these documents and these tapes to Big U's law team. I'm gonna look into that because I think Big U's law team would be interested to hear some of these things that Wack has been saying and Wack has been doing. I'm not, saying that I'm a legal expert or anything like that, but I'm just wondering if they might be interested in some of these videos because it seems like there's a cleanup campaign going on, and not saying that everybody shouldn't have a right to clean up what they're doing, but excuse me, Chad, I just feel like maybe, both sides should be afforded the same opportunity to clean up the mess. Don't you guys think so? Considering that Wack is now telling ADAM22 he never put his hands on Future, but we just played a clip where he proved that he said he did.
Come here, right? It was just, hey, homie, let me holler at you.
Maybe you just have that much of like a extortionist gangster vibe.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you why that can't be so.
Because I can kind of sniff that out of somebody,
Let me tell you why that can't be so. You can't never find nowhere, no situation to where anybody has ever said, Wack tried to extort me. That's not my MO. I don't give a damn who come into town, who do what. I don't give a damn. If me and you got an issue, we just got an issue. Right. I believe in checking in, but my form of checking in is just letting my team know I'm coming.
I'm so green to the music game that I don't even know about anybody extorting anybody, really. Actually, I heard about one. Yeah. He quit rapping.
I'm sure it happens.
Yeah.
I'm sure it has happened. I'm sure people that got called and got stripped, right?
You know what? When I saw Gunna on Big U's podcast.
It's interesting that now ADAM22 is finna try to shift the blame and talk negatively about Big U, but the actuality and the tangibility is Wack's the one who's actually on the paperwork you know, admitting to a bunch of different things and admitting to a bunch of different crimes, and it's crazy how they're just playing it off.
I'm not gonna say extortion, but that's when I knew, like, okay, people do things to be.
Gunna claimed 60s.
I know, but it's just like Gunna was not doing janky ass fucking hood pop.
Now, look how happy Wack is to get off this topic of himself and to talk about Gunna. Gunna's not mentioned in this indictment. Gunna's not mentioned in the RICO. Gunna's not mentioned anywhere saying that he chased Future through the airport. So I'm not really sure why you're so like gun-ho on Gunna. Get what I did there. But regardless of the facts, man, let's keep it in rotation. Let's keep it in rotation. Let's keep it in.